What's up, everyone? And talking about unlovable products, Christmas presents, batteries, and of course, how to create your minimum lovable product. Let's start with a quote. The cost of mediocrity is disappointment. William Arthur Ward. The excitement was palpable. Did I get it, or would it be a disappointing Christmas? The snow outside was deep. The windows were frosted over. The wood burning stove was roaring. A beautiful scene, yet all I could think of was that toy. Like the movie A Christmas Story and Ralphie's quest for a BB gun, I had dropped as many hints as possible, although my ask was less dangerous. As a child of the 80s, I feel my choice of epic toys grew each Christmas. With the deregulation of advertising, apparently a thing in the 80s, toy manufacturers had a new way to reach into our homes, leading to hot, high demand, and sold out toys every Christmas. Thoughts started racing around my head. Would I be a victim of a toy shortage? Would I get something I didn't ask for? Did my parents find it or did they give up? No, I had pester power, the ability to nag and nag until my parents caved. My confidence returned. It must be here. Yet as I opened gift after gift, my enthusiasm waned until I found that final box. Right size? Check. Right shape? Check. Right weight? Check. Right sound? Check. It must be the one. And as I opened it, I smiled ear to ear. There it was, battery powered, walking, roaring combat dinosaur. Wait, batteries? Then I saw the box's dreaded batteries not included label. And just like that, my excitement time turned to horror. Did I get my dream toy only to be unable to use it? Remember, you never get a second chance to make first impressions, at least according to Will Rogers. And there it was, first impression blown. Batteries not included. Why? To save a few pennies? Was this toy company thinking? A perfect opportunity to create an amazing product experience completely missed. Why? Well, I'll never know. My hypothesis is that it was one of two things. It was a detailed miss. Important features were forgotten in a rush to get the toy to market for Christmas. Shipping too fast can lead to misses that lead to haters. Or it was an intentional choice. I hope that's not the case. However, companies often make decisions like these to reduce complexity, optimize supply chains, reduce costs, all in the name of profit. When companies put profit over creating an amazing user experience, it leads to anything but product love, in my experience. So as you think about building your minimum lovable product or your next release, remember that first impressions matter. Those details do really matter in the minimum lovable product. Some minor features and details matter more when launching your minimum lovable product or your next release. Your goal should not be acceptance, viability, but instead infatuation, obsession, and love. To create these feelings for your product, you must obsess over the details yourself. Apple doesn't ship a product, even a first release, without obsessing over every detail, no matter how small. Their goal is to generate positive feelings about the product, whether the form factor, the packaging, or the unboxing experience. But back to my Christmas gift. Let's give the manufacturer of my robotic dinosaur the benefit of the doubt. Let's assume batteries not included was a detail missed. A lack of batteries may result from focusing on the product's viability, not lovability. It may result from focusing on the core product instead of external factors, powering up the toy. In either case, it's equivalent to spending time at IKEA, picking that perfect piece of furniture, hauling it home, assembling it, and realizing you're missing a screw. Detail missed by IKEA. It creates a negative experience and negative equity towards the product. That loving feeling you had is gone. Clearly, I was traumatized by that Christmas experience long ago. The label on that box burned in my brain, sticking with me after all these years. So, when building your minimum lovable product or release, zoom into the details and think about those that create an amazing experience, whether batteries or unboxing. Details can equal differentiators. On the flip side, speed can kill love. Ever been in a conversation where the team focused on output over outcomes or velocity over value? These are cultures where agile rules in a bad way. Speed is great, measuring productivity is essential, but to what end? The love is often lost when it's about output and velocity, especially in your MLP. The team prioritizes cramming more in rather than focusing on things that might slow the train down. You need to be slow and you need to slow the feature train if your focus is on a minimum lovable product. Now, don't get me wrong, shipping is critical, but shipping something high quality and lovable is more important than hitting a date or a feature quota. Sacrificing small but essential details for the sake of a date in the case of batteries not included is a miss of epic proportions. Cutting corners and killing features that score brownie points with users to hit a date or quota is never a good decision. There must be a balance between shipping with urgency and creating a minimum lovable product or release. Focusing too much on speed might get the product out the door, but leaves the younger me disappointed on Christmas. So, how do you create a minimum lovable product? It's hard. Minimum and lovable are often at odds. Finding the right balance is like walking a tightrope over the Grand Canyon without a safety harness. It's possible, but requires careful planning, extensive training, the right conditions, and a solid team. That said, it is doable. In my 20 years of experience, there are a few steps I have found helpful as you frame the minimum lovable product. Number one, make design your first stop. Design always thinks from a user, human centered perspective. Great partners when thinking through your minimum lovable product, as they will challenge you on what matters. Second, ask but don't assume. Initiate user research. Find out what's top of mind, what's important, what users can live without, and what doesn't matter. User research is critical to building your minimum lovable product. Third, be a student of the market. Whose product in the category is doing well? Why? What are their lovable features? What makes a product stand out? If you're building a new product or a new category, look at substitutes. There's a lot of ways to do this. And finally, show, don't tell. When it comes down to getting feedback on the lovability factor of your MLP, show it. Show what you have. See what emotion it evokes. Ask what's missing, even if it's a prototype of the box. That magic ingredient will often surface through these one-to-one, in-depth feedback sessions. Ultimately, you need to avoid the haters. When building a minimum lovable product, your goal is to create fans and avoid haters. Doing this takes focus on the details that matter, avoiding speed for speed's sake, and taking the right steps to surface things you can do to generate positive product equity. It's often the small things that only users can tell you which can turn those haters into lovers. So spend the time, and of course, for my sake, never add batteries not included to your box. Thanks, everyone. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Look forward to sharing more in the future, more Christmas horror stories, or whatever else you're interested in.